Andrew Sheridan thinks he can cook. Let's see what he can do with this. My friend, right? What can you do with this?
So what we got? Delicious apple pie for dessert. Fucking hell, chicken selects. Nice and fucking dry. There we go. Delicious, soggy, salty McDonald's chips. And then my favourite, mess double Big Mac with a soggy bun and a lovely beef patty. Oh, and we've got another apple pie. So, Big Mac, we're going to turn the fries into a potato foam, which are going to be absolutely delicious, and we'll put some garlic and stuff through there so it tastes nice. With the Big Mac, we'll turn the bread into some beef croutons, we'll roast them in beef fat, loads of garlic on there. The patties, we'll make like a little hash, we'll do a fried egg on top of it, and we'll finish it with some freshly grated black truffle. And then with this, I haven't got a fucking clue yet, but we'll make it taste half decent. Let's start on this first. First things first, with the chips, we're going to turn these into a potato foam. So in this pan over here, I've just got some double cream, whole grain mustard, loads of Worcester sauce, a bit like you're making like a cheese sauce, and we've got some milk. So we're going to get our delicious potatoes now. We're going to throw them in there. As you can see, they look really appetizing. That looks like something that come out of your body after you've had a couple of pints on a Saturday night and it's all over the pavement, but I can assure you it's going to taste a lot better than it looks. So for the hash, we've got our Big Mac. So in here, we've got our bun. I'm going to take our buns. In here, I've got some wild garlic oil, so you see that the bun's gone green. I'm going to take my little patties, move them off. All these, which are our pickles, I'm not going to waste them. For all these people watching this, we put this shit in our body. How delicious. Right, so scrape that off there, in there, and now all I'm going to do is I'm going to roast these in the oven. So over here, we've got our potatoes. You can see they're now coming up to the boil. In here, all I've got is some just like normal mashed potato, and I'm going to put some of that in here. Once that goes in there, I've got some gherkins. Obviously, we've got gherkins that go on the Big Mac, so it kind of makes sense to put the gherkins back in. Over here, I've got some chives because it's got to look a little bit chefy. Chives are going to add that little oniony note to it. Okay, I've got some capers. So a bit like, if any of you have ever had it before, like a beef tartare, gherkins, capers, they all work really good. Some capers are going to get thrown in. And then I've got some pickled red onions. We're going to give that a nice little teaspoon, pickled red onions. Now we've got our delicious dry beef patties that we're going to get. And we're just going to dice these up. Make sure that there's a really good meat ratio. Right, all this, I'm just going to scrape that off there. I'm going to get this all diced up. Now here's some nice meat. So here we've got A5 Wagyu rib of beef, which has got an amazing fat content to make this dry shit taste a lot better. So we're going to put some of that in here. Then I'm going to get my dry shit beef from McDonald's, throw that in. And then all I'm going to do, I'm going to give this a good mix like I was making a normal hash. And then I'm going to get stuck in with my hands now. I'm going to start trying to bring it all together. It actually tastes really fucking nice. And then I've got a little tray. So on our little tray now, because we are going to make a hash, I've got a nice little metal ring here. We're going to take our mix. What I'm going to do, put that into this metal ring, fill the ring all the way to the top. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to pop that in the fridge. While that's in the fridge setting up, I'm going to get my potatoes. They're all cooked now. Over here now, we've got our little blender. And all we're going to do is take our McDonald's fries. Gonna stick them in here. Actually smells pretty decent. Give that a blend. Give it a little taste. Actually tastes alright as well. So it tastes good because it's got obviously the fries in there, which isn't the reason it tastes good. It's got loads of double cream. It's got loads of milk. It's got a little bit of cheese, Worcester sauce. So all we've done now is blended that up. Just gonna pass this to make a nice little smooth puree. So all I'm going to do, pass that through there to make sure that there's no chip lumps in there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this puree now, lid nice and tight, and then all we're going to do is we're going to gas charge it near the gas going into that. We'll leave that on here now, ready until we serve. So beef fat, Wagyu beef fat this is, plenty of that in the bottom of the pan. Get this pan nice and hot. Get our nice little hash, make sure it's all flat on the bottom, which it is. Go straight in like that. We'll start to get a good caramelisation on it. So we're going to fry that on one side, flip it over, get it fried on the other side, bang it in the oven, about 5 minutes or so. While that's in the oven then, crack our egg in here, fry that in some nice Wagyu beef fat again. Over here, I've got a little bit of a black garlic puree, black truffle, grated over the top. And the funny thing about this is, I guarantee you, if you came and ate this, nobody would f***ing know it's a Big Mac and they tell me how f***ing amazing it is. Good crust on the top, good crust on the bottom. That's gonna go in the oven now. Pop that in there, okay? So we're just gonna cook that. Beef fat, corned beef hash is in, potato foam's ready, black garlic ketchup's ready. This, a couple of minutes ago, looked like a pile of dog shit. And after we're finished, hopefully it looks like a fine dining meal. So we've got a little bit of our black garlic puree going on the bottom of it. I've got some delicious McDonald's buns, which I've roasted in the wild garlic oil, which I've just slowly cooked off in the oven to make essentially croutons. And all we're going to do is we're going to chop these up just for a little bit of texture. Okay, there's our little hash cake. Perfect. Croutons. Grated truffle. And there you have it. This is our Big Mac, which we've made a fries potato foam. We've taken the meat out of the Big Mac and we've made a lovely beef hash. We haven't wasted anything. We've taken the bread, we made some delicious garlic croutons. And then if we give that a little cut now in the middle, see we've got our lovely runny egg, croutons, beef patty all in there. Absolutely delicious. Chicken selects, what I'm going to suggest that we do is now a little bit like a triple cooked chicken. We'll do a triple cooked chicken. I wouldn't suggest doing this at home, she might kill someone. So we're going to keep the crumb on there just for extra flavour, of course, and extra crunch. I've got a little egg yolk mix. I've also got some flour, and then we've got some panko breadcrumbs. We get that, give that a good sprinkle, get that in the fryer, no problem. Fry them off, get them nice and crispy for me. Maybe. Over here then, I've got some homemade bread that we do here ourselves. Again, I'm going to cover that with some tasty oil. So I made this from wild garlic leaves. Take some of our curry sauce. Going to bang that on there as well. So that on there, plenty of the curry sauce. In here I've got some fermented cabbage, which I'm just going to sprinkle on top there. Chicken has been refried. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay our chicken on here as if we're doing a nice little sando sandwich. We're going to put our lid on top and we're going to squash that right down. Weight on it. Now it's been squashed down, I'm going to get a frying pan. In this pan now I've got a little bit of chive oil. Get that pan nice and hot. In goes our chicken sandwich. So do that little flip over now. All I'm going to do is pop that in the oven for about a minute or so, just to make sure it's all hot all the way through. So there we go, ready to rock. Right, so we're going to just go down this way, cut that bit off there. Okay, so there we've got a nice little Katsu chicken sandwich. And then we're just going to finish that with a nice little bit of freshly grated white truffle over the top. If I ever closed the restaurant down and I was really f***ing desperate and I needed customers to come in, I'd put this on as one of the snacks and I'd charge you f*** all for it. So please enjoy our Katsu chicken sandwich with curry sauce from McDonald's. Never done this before in my life. I'm going to place this delicious, I actually do like a McDonald's apple pie, delicious apple pie straight into the liquid nitrogen, right? I'm going to leave that in there now, as you can see, instantly freezing it. So, apple pie, fresh out the liquid nitrogen, as you can see, completely and utterly frozen. So, I'm just going to bash that up in here, pestle and water, give that a little smash up. We're going to get our apple pie, going to bang it into the blender. We've got our frozen apple pie crumb. Ice cold now as well. Apple pie to go on top. In here I've got some delicious homemade vanilla ice cream. Then just going to cover the top of the ice cream with the apple puree. And then on top I'm going to finish it for texture with our frozen liquid nitrogen McDonald's apple pie. And that's our dessert. Vanilla ice cream, apple puree and McDonald's apple pie. So as of next week this is now going on the menu.
Anyone watching thinking, I bet he's been doing that all day, that whole thing, start to finish, 40 minutes. Ladies and gents, we've seen it done before on the internet, but never to that standard. Andrew Sheridan and all the team here absolute madmen. If that isn't worth a like, a share, a follow, spread the love, because that was completely and utterly exceptional.
We're licking your lips, checking the dips. We're checking out the best of the bunch, so you can get your best breakfast, dinner, or lunch. It's Matt D and Jess coming with a food review. We've been traveling, trying to find the best foods for you. Yeah, now that's a review.